Pastor charged with manslaughter after man drowns in kiddie pool during baptism. Well, either he must have thought that he needed to wash a bit longer than necessary, or he just wanted to send him on the express lane. It's Sunday. I'm Akorn. Welcome back to Laugh While the World Burns, bringing you your weekly dose of the idiocracy that is modern-day society. Real quick, tomorrow on Monday, April the 20th at 2 p.m. Central Time or 3 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to drop a channel update video concerning the feedback that I got from many of you on last week's goodbye video. I'll also be talking a bit about the first ever akornzstash live stream that will be coming up in the next week to 10 days. I'm still working out some bugs and just getting everything set up and meshing together the right way, you know? It's getting there though. But we'll talk about that and some other things tomorrow, so don't miss tomorrow's channel update video. But for now, let's get into today's show. Dang, if removing the charger from the box has such a massive environmental impact, imagine the environmental impact of simply not buying a new iPhone. Tim Cook after reading this.
Listen here, you little
Deadpool killer who murdered 2 women for the sake of killing, flooded with messages from lovesick fangirls. Of course they are. It's just another example of the mentality of many modern women. Not all women by any means, but many. I'm a strong, independent woman. What's a woman? Democrat women. Grass is racist. I can't stop thinking about how grass lawns are racist and based in white supremacy. Like, why do you have these perfectly manicured green carpets in front of your houses? It's like we're trying to control nature, to dominate it and make it look like this idealized, uniform, colonial aesthetic. People wouldn't kill each other if we banned guns. People before guns. That and every other way possible. It worked. No one peed on the floor. That's probably the first time that the government ever saved anyone time or money. It's a lot of words, Captain, but they don't make any sense. Put it on the screen. Yep, good reason. How would you even spot a real supervillain? It's not like they'll dress up in a costume and have a German accent like in the movies. The real supervillain. He's definitely one of them. Government is organized crime. Stop supporting it. It's absolutely true. Because no matter what side it is, government has never worked for we the people. New gender says you can identify as seasons. Me identifying as True Detective Season 1. Next thing, they'll be identifying themselves as celebrities and trying to get into Hollywood. Dylan is the real one. What scares you the most? Nina. Sharks. What scares you the most, Dylan? The unstoppable marching of time that is slowly guiding us all toward an inevitable death. What scares you the most? Catherine. Dylan. Well, he's not wrong. Movie idea. A bully from the 80s and 90s time travels to the present to a school with diversity and inclusion. He would be arrested and in jail or worse within the hour.
Men suffer in silence so much. It's got to be mentally exhausting.
Most of the time when a man opens up to a woman, she will use that against him in the future when she's mad. Don't eat them hot wings from Dollar Tree. Was a guy sitting on the toilet smoking or something and there was a gas leak? I mean, how do you melt that? So this news led to divorce and national scandal. But PDF on an island, and people are like, meh. Yeah, it's mostly all been forgot about and everybody's moved on now. Gender pay gap. Rookie season salary for #1 draft picks. Yeah, isn't that awful? She only got $76,000 versus $12 million. I like this guy's reply. So if I play music in a local pub, I should be paid the same as what Taylor Swift gets for one of her concerts? Yes, you should. Shout out to this guy for keeping it real.
I'm gonna ask you some questions. For every one you get right, Ultra Beauty will donate $1,000 to breast cancer research.
Can't you just donate it no matter what? They could, but then they're not able to make a spectacle about it.
Must be over 6 feet, make 6 figures, and work out daily.
Is British food really that bad? If made correctly, yes. Is this true, guys? All you guys over there in the UK? I've seen some videos and photos of some of your guys' dishes. And all I can say is, no. And some of it, I'm sorry, is just plain disgusting. Polish Olympian sells silver medal to fund child's life-saving surgery. Buyer pays $125,000, then returns the medal to her. Little bit of wholesome news for a change. The guy with the worst grades should get to give a graduation speech too. Let me hear both sides. I agree. They absolutely should. Not that it really matters these days though, because hardly any of them coming out of the schools these days knows anything. A lot of them can't even read, even in college. The car salesman getting the single mother of 4 to sign for $800 a month at 750% APR on a used Nissan Sentra. That sounds about right, guys. It was a lot of years ago. I worked at a car dealership, but I got fired for not ripping off a man and his wife who came in looking to buy a first car for their daughter who was getting her license because they had no idea what the car was worth and gave way too high of a first offer. I mean, the car was probably only worth about $6,000 or maybe $7,000 at the time, but the offer that they gave was nearly double that. If I had taken their offer and just kept my mouth shut, it would have been the biggest single commission that I would have made on one sale for the entire time that I worked at that dealership. I would have made more money off that one sale than I would have made on probably 4 or 5 regular sales. Instead, I got fired a few hours later, but that's okay. I wasn't gonna do somebody like that. Disabled parking should only be valid during business hours, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. I cannot see any reason why people with genuine disabilities would be out beyond these times. We're disabled, Daniel. We're not werewolves. People's stupidity literally knows no bounds. As if that was news to us. My dear ladies, being independent isn't something to brag about. You're doing exactly what it is expected of any adult human being. The ultimate way to serve corn to your guests. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a good amount of butter on corn, but not like that. Although, it is better than the Gen Z kids who stuck an ear of cob on a drill and then tried to spin it and eat it at the same time until it ripped out their teeth. And there's a number of videos of this happening. I saw a guy coding today. Tab 1, ChatGPT. Tab 2, Gemini. Tab 3, Claude. Tab 4, Grok. Tab 5, DeepSeek. He asked every AI the same exact question, patiently waited, then pasted each response into 5 different Python files. Hit run on all 5. Picked the best one, like a psychopath. It's me. Well, if they allow the tools, then you might as well use them. Disney didn't even spare the horse. No, they sure didn't. If women ruled the world, there would be no wars. Anyone with some knowledge of history within earshot. Remember Event 201, when everything that you simulated magically happened in 2020 and you made billions of dollars? Nah, I don't remember any of that. What's the worst thing a woman has done on a first date? She literally asked what was their most expensive drink. The waiter met my eyes and the bro code kicked in. He just kept saying everything was out of stock. Bless him where he is now. I went back to give him a tip, but he declined. That's a good man right there. Trying to find herself. Okay, ready to settle down. Justin Trudeau leaves office with the worst approval ratings and appears very romantic with Katy Perry at Coachella using the plastic cups he himself banned in Canada. Well, of course. Rules for thee, not for me. Their laws is only for us peasants, and we're not even that in their eyes. Harry Potter book. Snape has pale, sallow skin. HBO. YouTube. Video will play after ad. Ads. 1 of 69. Well, ads pays for these videos, but I'm no different than you guys. I don't like watching ads either. But let's just hope that YouTube don't start doing this more often. Republicans have the presidency, the Supreme Court, the House, and the Senate. And yet, we don't have a voter ID law. Not a single crooked Democrat has been jailed, censured, impeached, or expelled. Taxers are being defrauded by the billions, and Republicans do nothing. Like I've said many times, guys, it's all a uniparty system. That's why I'm not for any politicians, because they don't work for us, and they don't care about us, because both sides has stripped us of every right we have. Now, today, all we have left is permissions, which the government can take away at any time with nothing but the swipe of a pen. Democrat Barbie. They're not wrong about that one. Anger management. If you're mad at someone, it helps to sit down and think about the problem. Yeah, I guess just make sure you got a comfortable seat. Helium. Will it kill the pain? No, but when you scream, it's funny. I bet that would be pretty funny, actually. Bill Clinton collected $12 million for his memoirs. Hillary Clinton got $8 million for hers. That's $20 million for the memories of two people who for years have repeatedly testified under oath that they couldn't remember anything. When they say, I believe in a bunch of crazy stuff, but they believe everything they see on the news. Yeah, still a lot of people today. In April 2025, Katy Perry burned 498 tons of fuel to do space tourism. Today, she arrived in Davos to raise awareness about the environment. Yeah, via private jets, like all the others that attended from all over the world. It has nothing to do about the earth, environment, or anything else. Only control. This guy here has a hot dog stand, and he runs it on a live stream. And people sit here and watch him do business, and they're talking with him in the chat room and things. Well, one day, while he was live, he gets robbed. Live on the air.
It's a weekend, Friday. So
Yeah.
I need to go to Civis clubs, you know?
You open tomorrow?
Yeah.
What time?
Tomorrow 11 to 10 p.m.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So you getting up? You
Yeah.
getting up early? That's what's
Yes, sir. You like the onion, yes? Onion?
Yeah. How you? Damn right.
Onion. Yeah.
How much is it? So I know what to put in.
Sorry?
How much?
Second cheese is $10.
10.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a sec. Let me run my card. I'm about to say I want extra everything.
Okay, sir. Okay. Did he stole the money?
Yeah, he's asking his viewers that's watching the live stream if they saw that guy steal the money. And a whole bunch of them start replying back that, yeah, he stole it. And some of them started telling him to call the police here and whatnot.
He stole like $20. Are you f***ing serious? Guys, he's not coming back. Did he really did that? Allah'tan bir de onu videoya aldım ha. Polise de gösterelim mi? Can I call the cops and just report? Is it okay or not? Okay. After the customer, I can call the cops, guys. I am sorry, man. I don't want to bother you.
No, you're fine.
You see the guy?
Yeah, I already saw it.
Yeah, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I can do you, if you have an airdrop, I can send it to you.
Nah, I got it.
Maybe he's around here. Probalan. Let me put Probalan on.
Here you go, Melissa.
Thank you, man. Maybe he can. You can see him. You can catch him.
Yeah, and watch the officer here. He just shrugs. Yeah, you know. That's why they do it, guys. They know there's no consequences going to happen to them. I mean, heck, in California, they got a $950 legal limit. Australia. Women's rights activist guilty of vilification for calling trans-identified males men, facing possible $200,000 penalty. Only going to get worse. Pretty soon, they'll be thrown in prison. Don't think that's possible? Just wait and see. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to be right. My new car has a button for pretty much everything. There's even one that says rear wiper. Still afraid to try that one though. You know, this is funny, but if you wanted to take this into real life, just think of someone that's just learning English, and that's the button they read. Only fake news could come up with that one. Trump deletes post of image that angered many Christians. No, I'm sorry, but only Trump could turn around and claim that he was supposed to be a doctor in this image and not a Messiah figure, even though there's apparently some kind of angels in the background up there, among many other things. My younger sister thought Detroit and Paris were American states on the West Coast. We're screwed. That's putting it lightly. And just one small example. I don't know why it only captured this little strip here. I didn't notice it at the time that I took this screenshot. It was supposed to have been the full image, but anyway, just as a PSA, starting on May 1st, all regular gasoline is going to be turned into E15. So, all of the older vehicles, this could destroy some engines, guys. And at the very least, it could definitely shorten some of their lifespans. Because the older engines, the gaskets, seals, and everything else was not made for any ethanol, let alone E15. So the only thing I would suggest is to find a gas station, and yeah, I know the prices are high, but repair cost of your car's fuel system or losing an engine is going to cost a lot more. But the suggestion is find a fuel station that has ethanol-free gas. And I'm going to tell you now, it's probably only going to be the premium if they have it at all. Most of the time that they have it, they usually will have a sign up that you can see it pretty clear. And whatever you do, don't put this stuff in your small engines either. I guarantee you it could destroy lawnmowers, weed eaters, chainsaws, and stuff, everything else like that. So if your gas cans are sitting empty, you might want to go find some ethanol-free fuel and get them filled up now. Shockingly bad. Nissan Leaf drivers voice anger over app shutdown. I'm not going to read all this, but basically Nissan is doing away with the app for these cars after only 5 or 6 years now. And by doing so, it ends a lot of the remote services that the owners had, like turning on their car, turning their heat on. Also, it loses some of the car's features as well, because they will no longer operate without the app. Amazon employees say they were told to work as employee lay dead. You know, it's like I've said before, a lot of people these days literally are working all the way until they're dying. Only problem is there's a lot of people dying at earlier and earlier age. But yeah, as far as companies go, no, this doesn't surprise me at all these days. Like I said, they couldn't care less about us peasants. Women in public.
I'm a strong, independent woman.
Women in court.
I'm oppressed and I want 50% of his net worth.
It's just as easy to buy a scientist as it is to buy a politician. Yep, it's absolutely true. How I sleep knowing all my conspiracy theories were true, and I never sold my soul. Democrats on their way to lecture us about how greed and capitalism are evil. The bankers will ensure we stay in debt. The pharmaceutical companies will ensure we stay sick. The weapons manufacturers will ensure we keep going to war. The media will ensure we are prevented from knowing the truth. And the government will ensure all of this is done legally. Yeah, because if it's not legal, they just make a new law to make it legal. Or they just ignore the laws like they do most of the time anyway, when it concerns themselves at least. I have no desires to fit in, no plans to walk with the crowd. I have my own mind, heart, and soul. I follow truth, not the media and devil-worshipping governments. And that's just a fact. If you enjoyed today's show and would like to help the channel, please hit that like and subscribe. If you're already a subscriber, you might double check and make sure that you're still subscribed, as YouTube has a habit of unsubscribing people from channels without telling them. Also, you can watch one of the videos that'll pop up on your screen here at the end, or go to the akornzstash channel page and see all of the videos that YouTube never showed you. That's it for today's show. I'll see you guys back here next weekend. I thank you all for watching. You guys take care and stay safe this week, because the idiocracy is only getting worse by the day. This is Akorn, over and out.